We have two options right now. We can commence the rite right away, and that's the whole main objective, generally. Can I look around a little bit? Nope. No scrolling. Or this, where I guess we can talk to people? Go to the black wagon. Your roving makeshift home in the downside. I just got pissed by a dog person. Interesting beginning to our play. What's that? Jodi's throw rug, fashioned from a howler's hide, sends her ilk a clear message. Jodariel says not to step on it. Jodariel's status, nearby. Huh? Was to not step on it, and she's nearby, apparently. A few new things here. Hedwin's cooking tins. What passes for cooking supplies on the downside. Hedwin does most of the cooking. Hedwin's status, lost in thought. There's you, of course, the lone minstrel. You observe the man slumped in the corner of the wagon, bearing some sort of stringed instrument. You sense he lives, but nothing more. It seems inappropriate to ask about him now. Well, more information than before. What's that? Greentail family portrait, a reasonable likeness of younger Rookie, with his mother and uncle. He's also nearby, obviously. Can't look at it up close. He must be the small one in that picture. We're supposed to have access to like a new chapter, right? Yeah. The first exile. In the words of Golathenian, the Master General. You know, perhaps, the thrice-cursed name of Solium Mur, the Emperor of Sar, the first exile, and my liege. This chapter concerns him and those who found him in the downside. Each of us was sent to take his life. Such was the hatred for him in and around his country. Yet, we found in Solium Mur a man transformed in body, mind, and spirit. A man deserving of much more than mercy. In time, he named us all his scribes, and he became the eighth. It is my greatest honor now to share with you his deeds. To know his story is to know the rites. There's just this. It's called page 3, apparently. Can I change pages? There's this intricate drawing here. You can't, like, drag or click. I think it's just the page. Yeah, page 1, page 2. Yeah, page 3. So, yeah, it should be odd numbers on the left, right, and then even numbers are the inscribed pictures. So is this the Solium Mur? What do you have to say, Rookie? Hey, chum. I appreciate you taking us up on that, up through Hollowroot back there. About that. Are you certain the parcel will fetch us an adequate price at the slug market? Surely we could have procured some sort of rare fungus had we gone the other way. It can't be that rare if you're so sure you're going to find it. The slug market is a crude trading post found in downside. Commonwealth contraband sometimes finds its way to the downside where it is traded and sold. Much as I love the idea of procuring rare fungus there, Jody, we said we wouldn't go around second guessing our good chum's decisions, right? Dariel says nothing in response, but soon changes the subject. Night falls soon. Come along, Greentail. We have much left to prepare. So he's called Greentail because he's an all white or gray dog thing, wolf, something. That's a gold tooth. But his tail actually does have green on the very, very end of it. But it definitely adds to the whole lizard motif of seeing him in his lizard shape and during the actual battle fights. Because when he's wearing the helmet and everything, it just more resembles that than anything. The two of them soon go about rummaging through the raiments and the books strewn about the wagon, leaving you to your own devices. They keep moving around. Concern. Ooh, drive imp. Creatures such as this must have been bred to push the back wagon along. Oh, they're the same things. Whoops. He looks so different in that pose. I just blew out the candle. I can blow out all the candles for some reason. There's hooks everywhere. I wonder if various things we accomplish throughout the game get put on those or not. You observe the masks and robes, whose old engravings and embroidery suggest a formal purpose. Some of the garments are massive, while others are so small they might fit a child. Ah. Those are the 3 masks that the 3 of them wear during combat. Right. That makes sense. I can clear cobwebs away. Oddly satisfying. Look at me cleaning up inside here, but I also put out all the candles, which someone may not be entirely fond of. I mean, now that I've discovered this, I have to make sure I found every single one of them, but I think I did now. There's hay. Oh, goodness. Quite a mess you can make. Look at that little guy. Aww. He's just so chilled out. I think that's all the major stuff we're gonna find around here. Well, I feel like I helped. I cleaned up. We're out of apparent dialogue. Let's go ahead and commence the rite then. As darkness falls, your fellow exiles stand together, clad in the raiments of the rites. The preparations are set. However, everything is still and calm. Soon they go restless. Keep telling you there's nothing here. What a bunch of idiots we are. We traveled all this way for nothing. I don't think we did. Look up.
The stars align at last. You reach the Ridge of Gold at the appointed time, and your triumvirate is ready. Your adversaries in the rites this eve shall be the Accusers. Whosever pyre yet burns once the other is extinguished shall step closer to freedom. Now let the rites commence.
The stars are aligned and your pyre burns bright. Across from your companions appear several others, also clad in raiments, your adversaries in the rites. Is this the only combat in this game? The rites? Is it always going to be like playing ball? I can't tell. I keep second guessing it because the game says turn-based, like on the Steam page, I believe. Everyone ready? Let's hope so. Be still. We have a visitor. The whom she refers to steps forward. At last, the Night Wings grace us with their presence. The name of a triumvirate in blue. Seems your fellow exiles have assumed their identity. Oh. So this uniform is that of the Night Wings. I see that the reports of your demise have been exaggerated after all, even if I was beginning to think you were gone for good. Nobody knows, save for the man robed in gold, who unfastens his mask. Surprised to see old Lendl again. I trust you remember my face, though you must have assumed never to see it again after last time. Never had I come so close to freedom only for you to dash my hopes. Now I and the Accusers shall repay that affront. That's the gold group then. And and their leader harbors ill will because he thinks that we did something, and it seems like maybe these people are all impersonating those people, which is, oops, awkward. He shoves his mask back on and takes position with his comrades. It is time. From the shadows you clutch the Book of Rites and focus on the task at hand.
Begin.
Is it turn-based or not? I can't tell. Okay. Hey, you. Mine. Shoot. They'll never catch me. Haha.
Have the accusers underestimated you?
Guess I'll find out. Nope, got me. That's bad. Oop, got me again. Also bad. Okay. This will take some practice.
Your pyre sputters. Perhaps you are unworthy.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Brilliantly done.
No, I shall not accept defeat from you again. Hear me, accuser, stand your ground. Let your auras boil in a rage.
It seems that you have flustered the accusers.
We're getting there, but they've hunkered down. Fine, then we shall disrupt their formation.
Have you any idea what that Lendl did to deserve his exile?
You can fling the orb directly into the aura? That's strange. Switch to you. How do you switch characters in this game? Can you only do it by passing? Do I have to control whoever's moving forward? I just figured I'd position them near the orb in the middle. There we go. Not quite. How do I cancel this? Problem. Did it make it in? Oh, I got caught. Double kill. Nope. Gotcha. Yep. All better. Oh, they attacked her. Okay, I can get into this game. I'm so surprised by it. This is like one of the fun side effects of going in blind to a game like this. Is I had no idea what I was getting myself into. This is so bizarre. Oh,
You
oh.
left yourselves wide open.
This is going to take some practice.
A
Okay.
show of strength from the Nightwing's opponents.
Bye-bye. Fine. So am I not capable of fighting right now? Weird. Like I can't defend my ball carrier with a different character?
Crime.
It's so weird to think about. I'm trying to contextualize this game.
Now fall short of yours.
This is the strangest. Don't mind me. Yeah.
Flames of freedom.
I can get used to this. Bye-bye.
Oh,
Yeah.
spectacular!
Yoop. Bye-bye. Oh. Okay.
The orb is loose.
Not your best call. Come on over. Nope. You got it. Oh, they're all back. Hee.
Hedwin plunged into their fire.
I miss my little dog friend. There they are.
A lick of flame
Oh, he's so
remains.
fast. I'm really good at figuring out exactly what this character's for. That's really obvious. I'm not entirely sure what to do with the big guy. Bye-bye.
And it is done. You have prevailed. Rejoice then in your single fleeting victory. Guron Salashe.
Your deceit may have earned you a hollow victory, but know this. The Accusers will not forget your wickedness, and when next we meet, you will rue the day.
Bask now in the wisdom of the scribes. The exile Jodariel has gained enlightenment. Only the enlightened can regain their freedom.
We have withstood worse nights than this, though few as strange. So she gained enlightenment. Huh. And without enlightenment, they can't actually escape at the end of this, it sounds like. What's this doing? So this is... There's two signs here. There's a Sin of the Fallen Emperor, rites, masteries enhancing demon strength and physical prowess. As he fell in the downside, Solium Mur understood at last the consequences of hedonistic reign. And there's Boons of the First Exile. Rites masteries enhancing a demon's spirit and sheer force of will. The fallen Emperor Mur moved past his many failings as a man, achieving selflessness in exile. At least do. So if you banish an adversary, Jodariel instantly recovers all of her stamina. +4 presence, so more aura. What's her current presence? 23. So 4 is not a tiny bonus, but it's not huge. At the start of a raid, Jodariel's Pyre automatically gains +35. Whoa! So if you have that one, you just flat out get more health for your team. Any adversaries banished by Jodariel take 30% longer than usual to return. Also good. Okay. So I just gotta recalibrate my expectations for this game. I somehow was just 100% sure this was like a turn-based tactical RPG. And instead it appears to be NBA Jam. kind of. Long straight. After using her rush to lunge forward, Jodariel rushes again right away. Okay, so she can do 2 dashes in a row. Crushing heal. When landing from a jump, Jodariel briefly stuns nearby adversaries, making them drop the orb. For 7 seconds after saluting her adversaries, Jodariel deals an additional 3 attending to her adversary's pyre. So if she salutes right before going into the pyre, she'll do bonus damage, like a lot of it, but it's like she has to taunt, which means a higher chance of getting caught, most likely. Celestial Spike. Jodariel can banish adversaries by flinging the orb into them. What? That's pretty good. That means she can banish an enemy... She can banish her enemy during a fight. Like, what's special about that is that it means that, like, she can, once she's with the ball, which is when she's not really as capable of taking people out, she suddenly can. Oh, these are really tempting on both sides. Let's try going down this side.
The demon scribe bestows his favor.
Got a little bit more for Ruki, but not enough, apparently? Huh. And nothing for the other character. Interesting. The one that I thought accomplished the least actually gained the most experience, apparently. So the Masteries just go right here. Does that mean that if I learn more than 4, I have to swap them out? Like, you only can equip 4 at a time? Talisman Pocket. Abilities and bonuses, so you can also get an item for each character. Okay. After the rites, the Accusers disappear into the darkness. As you return to the wagon, in the night sky you see a single star burns brighter than the rest, beckoning you onward. That was kind of a big deal. The loading screen said that if you can charge up throwing the orb, and it'll do bonus damage to the pyre. There's a lot of little things to figure out as we go. Interesting. Well, my friends, what can I say? The rites are real, and we're in. The Getting Out of Here Club. Next up on the agenda, keep chasing stars till we're free. Until we are free. Until we're free. Here, here. Sounds fine. Might as well be us instead of Lendl back there. Anyway, guess we better start packing. As the others go about their business, Hedwin turns to you. Reader, come walk with me, while the stars are still out. You and Hedwin walk in silence for a time before he speaks up. You have questions. Come, ask away. We need you in on this for the long haul. Ooh. He wants to know if anything is troubling us. I can ask why he was exiled, how they got the wagon, why I can't conduct the rites, and what happens if you refuse to help. Oh yeah, why can't I conduct the rites? That's interesting. You led your fellow exiles to the rites, yet they have not asked you to participate firsthand. Why? You ask Hedwin why he and his companions did not invite you to participate in the rites firsthand and relied only on your guidance. He maintains eye contact and his smile. Good question, my friend. We're going to have a lot of time to discuss that and many other things. Make you a deal. Read the stars for us again and I'll tell you about it on the way. You sense he speaks truly as he beckons you toward the fading dark above. Didn't we go this way so you could... we came here for me to ask you a question, and you're not gonna just answer it? Okay. Oh, and I think that was the only option you get, is you have to pick one. Gaze at the stars. There's lots of branches in this game. There's gold, the South Stars, so that's the one we just did. Now we need to navigate to the other ones. Scorpion. That's a long way north and west. We'll see if this old wagon's fit for it. Then he turns to the others. How's it going, Rookie? Imps fed, wheels clean. That is Jody. No sign of howlers. Everything is secure. Good. Then get some rest. We're heading to the spring of Jomware. At dawn. We're off. Spring of Jomware, according to the stars, the next rite shall soon commence here. The Alpha Chief hoped bathing here would cure his ailments, but it only made him Mitch. Well, of course I'm going to go right back into the black wagon. Candles, 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 candles. How are these cobwebs coming back so fast? They have to be clean. Oh. You observe the ladder leading to the locked-up enclosure above the cabin. The wagon centrifuge must be up there. Its drive imps stare down at you with big, wet eyes. The ladder's also interactive. Okay. You find Rookie rummaging in the corner of the black wagon. Hey, chum. Know what? It's good having somebody else around besides those two. So come to think of it, there's something I wanted to get your take on. And you have to promise to tell me honestly. What'd you say? What I mean is, he hesitates, trying to find the words. Look. What I'm trying to say is, you sense something serious is troubling him. He moves in very close, making sure no one else is in earshot. It's about my mustache. I've been getting some conflicting reports about it. Would you say my mustache? That it makes me look a bit, you know, unscrupulous. Riley wishes to know if you think his mustache suits him. You look perfectly fine. It is very handsome, and if anything, it gives him a distinguished sort of look. Dog mustache. You suggest Rookie's mustache looks perfectly fine. He grins wide at you, which is very wide, because look at the size of that mouth. Couldn't agree more, chum. I knew straight away that you're a real judge of character. Anyway, got to check the wheels again for mites. See you around. He bounds off, out of the wagon. Rookie gained +1 hope for the next rite. Aw. Bonus stats that I haven't necessarily figured out the meaning of yet, but we'll go as we go. His rucksack has a bone sticking out of it. True to character, I suppose. Acknowledge me, weird minstrel man. In the common room, you may review various notes and observations about your fellow exiles and their respective paths towards enlightenment and the rites. Ooh. I did that by clicking on the window, it looks like. Okay. Nomad is a race, apparently. Men and women cast from the Commonwealth, stripped of name, home, and title. They came from all directions toward the Commonwealth, where at last they settled. Some of them. He's an outrider. Past occupation before he was here. They ensured the high-wing remnants never flew far from the mountainess. Those who served on the blood border were taught to always watch the skies. Astral signs are completely unknown. One's astral sign often foretells of one's disposition strengths and idiosyncrasies. Crime, unknown. As mercy guides your hand, we spare your lives, but rid ourselves of you, from the sentencing ceremony. Motive unknown. In the downside, one's past tends to not be a subject for discussion. Years exiled, unknown. Some withstand the downside for no longer than a day or two, while others last for many, many years. He is called the Free Spirit. He wanders the downside in search of a way to regain his freedom and return to his home. He is the one who nursed you back from the brink after finding you in the downside. His genial manner suggests that life in exile has not yet broken his spirit. He wears a bronze clasp identical to that of Jadariel, suggesting the two of them may have met before their exile. He has not yet revealed what he did to earn his sentence. Okay, well, I've got to go through these. It's our party. I wonder how many characters we get, or if it's just these three. The Fallen Soldier. She is grim, longtime resident of the downside, grown accustomed to surviving here. Oh, those are her rites powers. I should look through that too. Cast, jump, sprint. Cast, jump, rush. So he throws his aura in a straight line. He high jumps to evade adversaries' auras. So that's something you can do to avoid the bubble when you try not to get hit by it. And he runs much faster, but for a short time. She throws her aura in a slow, thick line, which, yeah, definitely took up more space than other characters did. Seems to just be the diameter of their aura, though, basically, is the width of the line. She leaps and slams down, so her jump actually knocks people back, as opposed to jumping out of the way of stuff as an evasive maneuver. And Rush lunges forward in one swift motion. Okay. They're called demons. Former men and women who survived in exile long enough to be transformed by it. Whoa, okay, interesting. So demons aren't their own race, as in, like, they don't exist completely separately as like a, like a gene pool. They're literally like just people that were exiled that lived long enough to change forms. Interesting. Well, the question there is did demons get exiled a long time ago and then they became demons over time, over generations, or does a person that's exiled long enough just turn into a demon? And is the dog a demon? All are welcome here, save demons such as you, from the sentencing of Chief Physician Orlek. He's a veteran. Everyone served on the Commonwealth's blood border. Those who excelled remained. Clashes with the High Wing remnants were frequent, though the greatest wars have passed. Everything else is unknown, though. She seems to be responsible for the Black Wagon's security. Her features suggest she has lived in exile for much longer than the others. Her grim outlook and the fact that she still wears a bronze clasp of the Commonwealth blood border suggest a military background, though what she did to earn her sentence, you do not yet know.